So, have you had a chance to check out campus?
A little bit. Got the basic tour back in spring.
Well, if you want, I can show you around.
I appreciate the offer.
I'm sure that they didn't show you. Yeah, that was like a week ago. What did you do for her? One of her rivals backpedaled on some legislation, and I was the one who caught it. Hey. Hey. Sorry. I thought I heard someone.
Amanda is still dealing with the tough times from her ex-boyfriend and the loss of her flatmate. To help herself, she decides to rent out the extra room to a new college student named Hailey. The two girls become good friends and promise to support each other in moving on from their pasts. But when Amanda's ex-boyfriend suddenly appears, they team up to get him out of their lives.
Supposed to be together. You said that, remember?
I was wrong. Now move.
Does she know?
Know what? Natalie was my friend.
I'm living in a dead girl's room.
She's missing. Nobody said she was dead.
Hey, get your fucking hands off her! Get off her!
This doesn't fucking concern you.
I can't believe I ever got mixed up with that guy. I know he had something to do with it. I can't prove it. I just know.
To survive, they both have to confront their tough pasts. But as Hailey's previous life becomes clearer, it's hard to tell who the real victim is.
The police did nothing. Now help me.
So he's not home yet, so that's good. It's over. Never happened. Say it. Never happened.
This movie clearly understands its target audience, specifically the younger demographic of the horror genre. It features two attractive female protagonists, adds in some dark backstories, presents male antagonists who oppose them at every turn, and includes some authentic death scenes. It feels like the filmmakers sought advice from a marketing firm on the most appealing elements to include in a mid-tier horror movie. However, we must admit it truly succeeds. The film maintained our interest all the way through its brief duration. The narrative may not be groundbreaking or innovative, yet we found ourselves thoroughly enjoying it. There are several delightful twists and turns that maintain the film's momentum. Even though some parts are pretty clear, the movie is made with a good level of confidence that makes it stand out from the usual low-budget horror films we often see. Katie Cassidy is the stronger of the two main female characters and does a great job playing the hurt victim seeking revenge. The main issue with this movie is that it's advertised as a horror film, but when the time comes for the scary parts and violent scenes, it looks like the filmmakers chose to hold back on the gore and blood. This seems like a mistake because there were a few times when we really wanted them to give it their all, but they held back, and as the movie goes on, it becomes more of a thriller, which is totally fine. However, since the movie claims to be a horror, it felt a bit disappointing. This movie is really interesting, with a fast pace and a lot of tension. The female leads are attractive and play their parts well. There isn't as much gore as there could be, but that's not the main focus. It's more about revenge and the struggle between the sexes. And it works really well. It's definitely worth watching. This movie turns into a bunch of twists, each one more confusing and silly than the previous one, as Hailey's real reasons become tougher to figure out. She goes to crazy extremes to force her roommate and boyfriend to help her charm and murder her abusive father. The first few plot twists are really interesting. And come on, anything that ends with two close roommates helping each other in the shower can't be too bad. But by the end of the movie, it turns into a confusing mix of trying way too hard to be super clever and complicated storylines that make you feel annoyed if you think about them too much, because they just don't make sense. The story is really well done, creating a lot of suspense and connecting all parts of the story to a big ending. At first, the pacing felt slow, but after I watched it again, I understood how it helps show the relationship between Hailey and Amanda, even though I believe it could have been done better. Just when you believe you've unraveled the mysteries of this film, it surprises you with a clever twist that turns everything upside down. The amazing acting and a bunch of complicated plot twists make this movie better than the exciting and hopeful Hollywood idea of how close, stunningly beautiful young women can come to danger. When Amanda has to kill Hailey's father, she didn't push through with the plan as he shared that Hailey has problems. Amanda believed what he said. At the end, it was true that Hailey's father did kidnap Natalie. Unfortunately, Hailey was shot by her father and died. Amanda gave her a kiss to say thank you for saving her and Natalie.
Want more queer content? Then please subscribe and hit the notification bell.